Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Human beings, I've come again today to expand on the subject of fitnah. We touched the subject of fitnah, whereby in the world today, most of the businesses that are conducted around the world are conducted under the cloud of fitnah. Most businesses that are done on planet Earth today, they are being kind of done in the cloud of fitnah. And that is very, very deadly to those who are involved in such activities as well as future generations. Because I would like to remind men and women that men and women, you are all creations living on planet Earth, and you are all living Muslims. You are all living Muslims, living on planet Earth. With that, when you were created as living human beings, you were given a percentage, very little percentage, to be able to recognize in fellow human beings or human beings. With that, under no circumstances should a human being involves herself or himself in the practices of fitnah. Under no circumstances should living human beings, men and women, should engage or practice any kind of fitnah towards other men and women, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of the location from where, the location of this planet where they come from. Because in modern times, you have men who have put borders on whatever. If you are in some continents, you find yourself that you cannot move from one, whatever they call countries to another. That is not due to what we call free and the liberties, the natural liberties which are given to human beings by Allah. The natural liberty for men and women to travel or to be anywhere on this planet without being questioned that who are you, where are you from, so long as you recognize that he's a human being. Because if you're to look at movements of what you call other living beings on planet Earth, take for instance birds. Many of you have come across when birds migrate. When they migrate, either due to winter seasons, and so on and so forth. Even in the oceans, those beings which live in oceans, they do migrate without anyone saying, oh, who are you? Where are you going? And those beings which live under oceans or those which live in the skies, they do really pray 24 hours a day if possible. The same way human beings have been commanded to practice or to pray 5 times a day, because human beings were given a very small portion to remember their creator. Because in the human category of living beings, we have the Fajr prayer, we have the Dhuhr prayer, we have the Asr prayer, we have the Maghrib prayer as well as Isha prayer. In each of those prayers, men and women are reminded to honor and respect their most best friend, their mothers, and their fellow human beings. In all the prayers that we do, the reason why we prostrate and go in sujood, Allah reminds men that whatever you do on this planet, remember the mother who carried you for 9 months. A mother who carried you for 9 months in her womb, even though she did not know whether you've eaten, whether what kind of weight are you, what are the changes are going on inside, and she don't know who you are. But with the love and whatever, the honor of a task which was granted to women by Allah, women, they toil for 9 months to carry the creation in their womb. And with that, my people, living human beings, you are all living Muslims on planet Earth. With that, this is something that many of you have never heard before. Respect and honor and love your mothers as well as love the female creation of a human being with all the love that you can have in your hearts. Or else, if you hate, if you have any doubt of what I'm going to say, then I'll say to you, maybe you haven't seen or you haven't come across a burden that no man can lift of themselves, whereby, as I said, we are sending a directive, a command, a divine holy command to every living human being on the planet Earth, for men and women, that love the mother that carried you for 9 months, even when you arrived on this planet. As soon as you came out of your mother's womb, the first person to cherish your arrival was your mother, was your most beloved, your mother who had toiled for 9 months. Sometimes, in some places, in some countries, women, they have to carry the womb as well as doing the farm work, digging and doing farm work, which is not by holy divine prescription of life. When a woman becomes or conceives, she's not supposed to do any heavy work, any heavy work. That includes, she has to set her mind in such a serene and harmony environment that her child can gain all the whatever the beauty of what Allah intended when He created human beings. With that, some women today, you find them either working in supermarkets while they are pregnant. Some of them, they work in farms. Some of them, you work in. That is fitnah. That is why in the Holy Quran, Allah says, if you are not able to afford to look after your wife, do not get involved in getting married unless you are able to provide for her, especially when she is carrying a creation or in her womb, because that requires so many things. One of that is to glorify Allah all the time while the creation is taking place in her womb. Because If a woman is a true Muslim and glorifies Allah all the time, you find that her child, whatever she's calling the womb, will come on this planet as intelligent, righteous, and very healthy, because while the creation of a baby is taking place in her womb, it's allowed to hear what the mother that is carrying that baby in the womb says. That is, if the mother says Allah Akbar, and the child knows only Allah in her womb, she'll be the child in the womb will always remember that my mother used to say Allah Akbar while I was in the womb. It will echo in her memories. With that, these are children who are intelligent, humble, very dutiful to their mothers, and unable to engage in any act of either fitnah or recklessness of the spilling of blood of one another. With that, a child whose mother remembers Allah and glorifies Allah and remembers Allah while she's carrying a creation in her womb will always be very, very beautiful. If you have to look at her face, she will always reflect the beauty that the mother who carried her recognized who created her, and she worshipped and she remembered Allah endlessly while she was carrying the womb, a child in her womb. So the reason why I've brought up that topic or that whatever is about fitnah, because as I said in the beginning, that most businesses on planet Earth today are conducted under the deadly whatever of fitnah, whereby you have some men who take women as objects for sale in brothels. A man opens up brothels either in Bangladesh or Pakistan or India or Brazil or anywhere on this planet. And these beautiful creations of women are put on whatever as objects of abuse. My people, my creations, my people, human beings, if any one of you knew the beauty of a woman, the beauty of a female creation, which carried you for 9 months, when you couldn't even help yourself. You imagine the day you were born, you cannot even lift your mouth to put it on your mother's breast. But the mother who carried you, she does whatever she can to make sure that you survive. When you become of age and you say, you take women and you open a brothels as a business, my people, that is fitnah. That is fitnah. That is very dirty money. That is very, very sick money. Very, very dirty, very haram, very dirty money that enters your either your bank account or your pocket. Because I'll remind you, any unclean money that enters your pocket or your bank account is disease. That's when some of you find that you've acquired either brain tumor, leukemia, or even whom you call your wife. Because if you have a wife at home and then you have brothels, your wife can easily acquire leukemia or cancer of the breast or cancer of the kidney. Why? Because she's eating dirty money. She's taking in dirty, unclean money. While she knows that a woman is not supposed to sell or to commit adultery. Yet a man says, I own 7 brothels, 10 brothels. Haram. And any act whereby men are involved in the business of trading in women as commodities of trade, either as maids who are abused by the kafara practices. My people, fear Allah, my people. Fear Allah. Fear Allah with all that is inside you. Because with that, any money that is put in your pockets as haram money is disease. Disease, deadly diseases. Because it's fitnah money. You are practicing fitnah against the most beautiful, holy religion from which a woman carried you for 9 months. And yet, you take other women as commodities and you sell them to other men to engage in acts of abuse, adultery, abuse. That is fitnah. That is fitnah, my people. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. My people, we've looked at women, a female creation, of which every man and woman on this planet, they're produced of a woman. With that, even if we are not to take women as commodities of trade, do not engage in any practices of either kafara or what you call a modern slavery. It's forbidden. It's forbidden. It's forbidden. Any money that you put in your pockets as haram money, sick money, is disease. With that, I'll do continue next time when I come to elaborate, to explain what are the diseases that accumulate while men and women are engaged in foolishness, drunkenness of abusing their own mothers. Take, for instance, any man who goes and asks for sex or pays for sex, such a man is sick, very, very sick. Such men are sick, very, very sick. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Humanity, do not engage in fitnah against your own selves on this planet. And do not think that you are witches. And do not think that you are descendants. No. I send the one, you either adhere to the holy, divine prescriptions of commands and laws that were laid down by Allah for men and women to live by in their societies in harmony and peace. If you men and women choose otherwise, indeed, You are a mere men and women on committing gross injustices against what some of you say, my beloved children or your future generation, because you already have committed gross injustices when you spend trillions in amassing weapons of mass destruction. Think what I've said. If it does not echo in your heart and does not alter the way your heart beats, then inside your heart, while you're listening to this again, I'll make your heart lose its balanced, natural sequencing rotation cycles as a reminder that do not engage in fitnah against either men or women, especially the female creation. Men and women do not engage in fitnah against a female creation on this planet. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah.